If you've ever worked a wedding, you know the feeling, right? That last-minute scramble, the frantic calls, that vibe of controlled chaos that, let's be honest, feels anything but controlled. Well, what if I told you that chaos isn't inevitable? What if it's actually a fundamental design flaw in how we plan these huge events? Today, we're going to dig into a real structural fix for one of the biggest headaches in the events industry and talk about how we can get from pure chaos to absolute control. This quote, "This is the dream, isn't it? Coordination should be complete, not improvised." It's what we're all aiming for. But for so many of us in the industry, the event day feels like one long improvisation. So the real question is, how do we actually bridge that massive gap from the chaos we're so used to the kind of control this quote is promising? All right, Section 1, Wedding Day Chaos. Before we can even think about fixing the problem, we have to get real about what it looks like. Let's talk about the reactive reality that so many of us are trapped in. You know this feeling deep in your bones. The phone just will not stop ringing. The emails are stacking up. You're just days out from the event, and you're still clarifying access times, resending the final V4 version of the timeline, and playing mediator between suppliers. These aren't just annoying little tasks. They are clear symptoms of a much bigger problem. Your venue is stuck in a constant, absolutely exhausting state of reaction. Okay, moving into Section 2, a systemic failure. Now here's probably the most important shift in thinking we're going to make today. What if the problem isn't the difficult couple, or the disorganized florist, or just plain bad luck? What if the problem is the system itself? So listen, this isn't about you needing to be a better coordinator or your suppliers being disorganized. These are systemic failures. The cracks are literally in the foundation of how we operate. And trying to fix them with just one more email or another phone call, it's like trying to patch a breaking dam with a Band-Aid. You are fighting a losing battle until you address the structure itself. So let's just reframe this whole blame game we all play. We're so conditioned to point fingers at personality conflicts or bad email habits. But take a look at the real cause on the right. We're talking infrastructure gaps and reactive processes. When we shift our focus here, we stop trying to fix people and we start fixing the process. And that changes everything. Which brings us to Section 3, architecting the solution. So if the problem is architectural, then the solution has to be too. It's time to stop just hoping for coordination and actually start engineering it. Here's the framework for taking back control. Now, we're going to walk through an 8-step framework, but don't get overwhelmed. I promise it's not just some long, scary to-do list. It's all built on 3 simple, really powerful pillars that make the whole system logical and totally manageable. Let's start with the first one. Pillar number 1 is to centralize all your information. Just imagine this: one master timeline, one master floor plan, one tech spec sheet, all living in one shared place, like a cloud folder or an event management platform. Every single piece of information flows from this single source of truth to every single vendor. This completely eliminates hunting through old emails and, crucially, it establishes version control. Any change gets updated in one place, which prevents those nightmare on-site arguments over power drops or setup times. Pillar 2, clarify communication. And honestly, this one is a total game changer. You have to stop using the couple as the messenger for technical details. It's just a recipe for distortion and stress for everyone. When you take them out of the middle, everybody is calmer. The venue has to own direct communication with suppliers and require them to actively confirm all the logistics. You literally shift from putting out fires to preventing them from ever starting. And finally, pillar number 3 is to control the flow. This really means 2 things. First, a clear operational hierarchy. Who has the final say on site? Any ambiguity there just creates chaos. Second, controlled access. Instead of a free-for-all where everyone shows up at once, you create standardized arrival windows for each type of supplier. It prevents that morning congestion and creates a predictable, stable production line right from the very start. Okay, Section 4, the competitive advantage. Now, this system isn't just about making your life easier on the day of. It's about making your entire business better. Let's look at the very real business case for getting this organized. The payoff here is huge. When you have fewer fires to put out, you build stronger, more respectful relationships with all your vendors. And you know what? Happy vendors become your biggest advocates. They send more business your way. Internally, your staff avoids burnout, which is a massive win. And most importantly, your clients feel that calm and confidence. They feel like they're being taken care of, and that's the ultimate goal. And this right here, this is the secret ingredient. Every single supplier, the florist, the DJ, the caterer, they all want to do their best work. When your venue provides crystal clear expectations, you're not being difficult. You're actually reducing their risk. You're empowering them to succeed. And that is how you become the venue that everyone is fighting to work with.
So Section 5, stronger than complexity. What does this all add up to? Well, it's more than just a new process. It's a fundamental cultural shift from an informal, we'll figure it out kind of approach to a truly professional infrastructure.
This slide is the journey in a nutshell. You leave behind the chaos of informal email chains and totally unreliable verbal agreements, and you move toward a future of structured workflows and centralized logistics. This isn't just about being more organized, it's about making the shift from operational amateurism to true operational maturity. And here is the final, big takeaway. Weddings will always be complex. You can't simplify the emotion, the people, the hundreds of moving parts. But the thing is, you don't have to. When you build a system that is robust enough to manage all that complexity, the chaos, it just disappears. The system absorbs it for you. So that leaves one final and maybe challenging question for you to take away with you. Look at your own venue, your own processes, and ask yourself honestly, is your system stronger than the complexity it's supposed to manage?